Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So let's talk about episode 8 of The Walking Dead World Beyond. This is, well, I guess it's not the mid-season finale or the finale. We have episode 8 coming out next Sunday, and then the Sunday afterwards is episode 9 and 10. So Fear the Walking Dead is ending next Sunday with episode 7. That's the new mid-season finale. And then at some point next year, we'll probably get episodes 9 to 16. So we'll get 9 episodes then. But yeah, and so the fact that we got episode 9 and 10 combined, I'm a little interested in what that means for the story. You know, like do they naturally go together, or are we just getting 2 episodes together? Like, we know episode 9 can't really end in a cliffhanger then if we're going to get the episode right after. I guess you could kind of do that, but we're going to get the episode right after, so it's not like it matters too much. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch both of them back to back, though. I'll tell you that. So before we go any further, I do have to warn you that this video will contain spoilers for episode 7 of The Walking Dead World Beyond. I have posted reviews for Fear the Walking Dead episode 6 and Walking Dead World Beyond episode 7. If you haven't checked them out yet, they're on the channel, and if you do want future reviews on these episodes or on the shows in the Walking Dead universe in general, just make sure to be a subscriber. So we see in the sneak peek here that they tie up Silas. That's basically, I mean, it's smart. You saw what happened to him. He was all dazed and confused. I would do the same thing. Like, we don't know if he did it or not, and I guess I should set that up in case people haven't checked it out yet. But in episode 7, Silas apparently cut off Tony's face. Is that the best way to describe it? I don't know if it was him. We saw Tony laying on the ground. His face was completely mutilated. It was pretty messed up. And then we had Silas in the bathroom stall, and he just looked really out of it. We don't know if it was him or not. Percy could have done it, right? It's possible that Percy did it and just locked Silas up. We have no idea what happened. Maybe Percy's going to play it off like Silas is the one who did it. We have no idea who did it, but Percy's gone, and we saw Silas like this. We know Silas has this background of violence and stuff like that. And so, you know, and I think it's mostly Felix who does know that. And so Felix is just thinking like, and we hear those words in the trailer. He's always wanted a fresh start, so maybe this can be his moment. And so they are planning on leaving Silas. They're going to leave Silas behind, and so, you know, they don't have to encounter all of that. It's just who's going to disagree with that. Are they actually going to follow through with that? How is it all going to go? I really don't know. And I imagine that's going to be the whole debate of the episode. What do we do with Silas? Because he has this background in violence. Also, I guess trying to figure out who actually did it. Someone will bring up whether or not Percy did it. I think Elton might bring it up, or Hope. I don't think Iris is going to bring it up. Like, Iris to me is just, we'll see if that happens or not. Maybe she will bring up Percy. But, you know, she I guess I find it annoying, but I guess it is a good quality to have in a person, right? To always try and see the positive. Because for me, I always try to be real, or maybe I am just trying to be more negative. But with Iris, I can see her in next week's episode not wanting to think that it was Percy, or not wanting to think it was Silas either. Actually, she says that in the episode. She says that Percy and Tony, they were outcasts or whatever she was saying. So maybe they have enemies. So she doesn't want these two people to be, you know, she's trying to think of something else. Maybe because she is more attached to them, right? Like, she's the only character who is actually more personally involved with Percy and Silas. But it just frustrates me when I hear that. I'm just like, oh, come on. But of course she's going to do that, right? Like Iris she's always been that character. She's like the goody two-shoes, like everyone was saying back in episode 1. She's so optimistic. She's like, you know, she's someone who in the real world would go really far, right? Have lots of success and all of that. She's that person. But it's just here in these situations like that, it can be a little frustrating sometimes. And maybe she is right. You know, that is a possibility. And so we'll have to see how she handles all of this, I guess, right? Like, do they leave Silas? And if they do, how is that going to impact Iris's, just her mindset going forward? I don't think Silas is done as a character. And so if they leave him behind, they're probably just going to leave him behind. And maybe he's done for the season, but I do think he'll make a return in episode 2. Season 2. He's definitely not done as a character. There's still more stuff here. It's just, we got to figure this out. What do they do with him? We do see the shot here of Silas, and they tied him up outside. A walker actually tries to get him later on. I don't think it's going to bite him, though, because that'd just be a little too crazy. But he just seems so out of it, and I don't know why. Did they drug him? Is he drunk? Like, he seems really out of it. It's possible that whenever these moments do happen, he goes on this violent, you know, he has these violent outbursts. Maybe it just really messes with him, right? And so it's possible that he still did it. Felix seems worried about it. Felix, I don't think, trusts him at all, because he's kind of dealt with this before. And like he says in the trailer here, he's always wanted a fresh start. Maybe this could actually be his fresh start. And so they're all debating, what do we do? You know, like, do we actually leave him here? Yeah, we do get the scene here that I do like. It's during the day, so it's the following day. And I think, is there something around Silas's neck, or I don't know what that is. Anyways, I don't know if he's tied up here or if he's just allowed to go freely, if they're saying their goodbyes, if this is towards the end of the episode. It's probably just the following day, you know, but she's talking with him. And I'm guessing Silas maybe doesn't remember. He does say that, I wish I can tell you something that you want to hear, but maybe he just doesn't remember what happened. That is very possible. But Iris just seems very concerned for him. And yeah, you know what? I do think we're going to get our answers on Silas, because we didn't get the full backstory to him a few episodes back. I don't know what episode that was, but we got some stuff. We don't know who he killed yet. I'm pretty sure it was his parents or his grandma and grandpa, whoever he was staying with. I totally forgot. But you know, like, we don't know the whole backstory to how this happens, what's triggered by it. And maybe he does maybe it's like a Norman Bates situation where he gets really attached to someone and wants that person for himself. And so anyone else who tries to come around that person, he'll just kill them, basically, right? Because like Norman Bates, I mean, I won't go into all of that. I guess I technically spoiled Psycho just now, but that movie's like 60 years old. We do have this shot here of Elton, and he goes to talk with Silas outside. And Elton is the one that tells them that they want to leave him. So I don't know when this shot takes place. I'm thinking it is probably before this daytime shot, though. And so that means that at nighttime, they decide to probably leave him, but they're going to sleep on it. And then the next day, Iris goes and talks with Silas, and they're talking all of it through. We do have this shot here of Felix and Huck. It's the next day, obviously. Huck is looking outside. Maybe she's watching Silas out there. But they are trying to figure out what to do, and they have no idea. And that's really all we got from the trailer here. There's not really a lot. A lot of it is just raising the question of, did Silas do it? And if so, what do we do with him? Is he too dangerous? You know? And so there's also another part of this that I don't think a lot of people focus on. But, you know, Iris, I think, has to be a little worried right now. I don't think she's that worried. But if Silas is the one that did it, I think she should be worried for herself. Because you have someone who is very protective of you now, and like very protective. And it's not like protective in a good way. They just kind of met. Maybe Silas has been dreaming about Iris for a while, and there's a lot of that type of attachment. There is there's a reason why they tried to put them together in the first place, right? They are trying to build something with these two characters here. So that's why I'm thinking Silas did do it. But it is possible that Silas would kill Iris one day. Right? Like he would do it just to protect her, or almost in a way of like if I can't have you, no one can have you, right? He is very dangerous. He's honestly very dangerous. If he is the one that did it, he is too dangerous to have around, just because he can do crazy things like that. And I feel sad for him, because obviously, I don't know what happened in his life to make him turn out this way. If he is the one that did it, obviously, we can obviously see that he is a good person, and he's just really struggling with something. Yeah, how do you handle that? How do you handle that? And so I kind of like the way Felix is thinking. It's just, maybe we just leave him. Maybe we don't handle it. We just kind of leave him, and he'll get his own fresh start. We'll go do our own thing, and that'll just be that. Iris is going to have an issue with that, but I don't think she's going to have a choice. I think they're just going to be forced to leave him. And I do think that is going to be the end result in the episode. I think by the end of the episode, we're going to learn that, yeah, that's just their decision. They're going to leave Silas behind. Unless something happens with Percy, because we don't know where he is. Is he going to make an appearance in this episode? We have no idea, right? So it is possible that Percy does make an appearance, and then we get some sort of revelation there. But we'll have to wait and see. And then after we watch that in next week's episode, we have episode 9 and 10. And then this first season's done. We're halfway done the series. And just like that, this story will be over. Whatever Rick Graham stuff we were going to get, we'll have gotten. And then that movie just has to come out afterwards, right? So it's kind of cool. I am happy that this story is going to be 2 seasons, because I'm excited to see how all of this is going to end. If this was going to be 5 seasons, I'm really not that interested, to be honest. Because it's 2 seasons and we're getting to that halfway point, and we're going to start seeing characters being left behind, or maybe characters dying, and all this drama. It's kind of fun. It's cool to get this mini short story, and just end it, right? So yeah, tonight's episode was a great episode. I really enjoyed this trailer. I wish we got a little bit more of it, but obviously whatever reveals they have, they don't really give away in their trailer. So I look forward to episode 8. I haven't been able to say that since like episode 3, I think, because I think the trailer for that, we saw some stuff with Colonel Kublik, and I just, yeah, her character is just really fascinating. But I'm actually excited to see what they're going to do with Silas and the decision that they make, what happens in the end, and how it sets up those final 2 episodes of the season. So overall, tonight's episode was great. I want to know your guys' thoughts on next week's episode, and I guess what you guys thought about tonight's episode in the comment section down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.